Let's move on to the next slide. In this slide, we'll be discussing the individual and the group and the different situational factors that one can experience when buying or making a decision in itself. Now, the very first individual factor we'll be looking at is the perception. This is the so-called moment of truth, better known as reality. This is what the customer is experiencing regarding their senses. What they hear, what they are seeing, what they are feeling, tasting and smelling. However, all of us will be experiencing the same type of stimulation. How we react to this will be something unique from every single customer. The managers can make use of this by having a plan in place. For example, when one identifies that the lasting impression is the most important impression, that is the most crucial and most important thing to understand. What does this mean to us? For example, if a customer gets into the car and he or she leaves with the impression that we are a world-class service provider and that we are willing to go that extra mile for our customers, then we have made a good impression. The lasting impression is one of the hardest things to achieve in a service organization. But also, ladies and gentlemen, we want to build customer relations, meaning we can build this by offering customers a variety of choices. Especially within the service industry, one should have more than just two different service packages to choose from. Maybe even include a package that focuses on the need of a customer and where the customer can actually make use of his or her own need and to develop a service or identify a package that will assist with them regarding this perception. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if we look at the second bullet, it speaks about attitude. Attitude is something that we are all familiar with. We could have a positive attitude or negative attitude. However, an attitude is something that is unique also to every individual, meaning it could also serve as a way that the person or customer identifies and develops his or her own value system, their so-called own perception of what is right or what is wrong. But attitudes are very important because as a service organization, an attitude towards a product or a service is vital. And for us, as a service marketing expert, you need to know and understand what is the customer's perception regarding the service and their attitude. Now, ladies and gentlemen, attitude can also be something that gives us a so-called sense of stabilization. If a customer is really happy with our service and we continue to deliver a service for a customer for the next 4 or 5 years and it remains on the same standard and it actually just increases and improves as the years goes on, we will have a stable attitude. It will be a positive, stable attitude. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the third bullet speaks about personality and lifestyle. You will see there's Woolworths image and also a logo on the PowerPoint itself. This is a company that dedicates its so-called service organization to serving customers in South Africa with a focus on proudly South African products. Woolworths identified that they want to make use of more proudly South African products and sell it to their customers. Why? As a company, they identified they want to import less and start to sell more proudly South African products, fitting into the category of being more personalized and actually adding value to the customer's lifestyle. Now, on page 83, there's a set of bullets that you can go and investigate and grapple with, where it definitely identifies the so-called psychological traits and the characteristics of what is a personality and the lifestyle. Now, in the so-called past, we identified all of these bullet points, but it's important to note for exam or possible short question in the test or in the near future that one must identify these bullets and identify the so-called characteristics. If you look at the first one, the very first bullet speaks about a reserved or a very rigid form of format. Then it versus the outgoing, the opposite, meaning a very cold person versus a very warm and outspoken individual. Those could be the differences between customers and also the way that they reason. Then, if you think about it, being relaxed versus being tense. If somebody is relaxed, it's open to communicate, it's easy to participate. But if somebody is frustrated or tense, it could hamper the so-called participatory factor, but also the valuable inputs that the customer could be providing to us. If we move on to the next slide, you will see that the slide will be speaking about page 83 and, sorry, my apologies, from page 85 all the way to page 86.